ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी, वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे,
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेताओं, बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर शुभ संदेश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा,
वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुरः पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् विपदेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले। सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले। संग्राम
निर्विकल्पकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी, बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे अधिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि को विद कही सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योता ही मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
जय श्री कृष्णा सभी को। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। I bow down to all my gurus, especially Param Pujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. A very warm welcome to all the sadhaks who joined us today for the 6th and last interpretation session of the 18th chapter, which is Moksha Sannyas Yoga. We are all really blessed to be associated with Geeta Pariwar, as we are being enlightened with the meaning of Geeta in detail and in simple language. That too sitting in the comfort of our homes. Now, prayer is considered to be an integral part of our culture, and it is also an expression of our devotion. So today, Chandrakala ji from Vijayawada is going to recite Arambik Prarthana. Didi joined Geeta Pariwar in January 2023. She completed Geeta Pathak exam. She's giving Seva in L1, L2, L3 as class trainer. So let us invoke the blessings of Krishna. Chandrakala Didi, please go ahead.
जय श्री कृष्ण। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.
Thank you, Didi, for that melodious prayer. Now it is time for Deep Prajwalan. Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam dhana sampada, shatru buddhi vinashaya, deepa jyotir namostute. Which means, I bow down to the light of the lamp, which brings wellness, health, and prosperity, and destroys enemies and bad thoughts. I bow down again and again to the light. May I request Nehal Goswami ji from Rajkot to do the honor of lighting the lamp. He joined Geeta Pariwar in January 2025 and is a sadhak in L3 Gujarati. He's a retired high school teacher, principal, assistant, education inspector. He's been serving as a tech star from L1 to L3 in various languages. I request Nehal ji to do Deep Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Didi, for a devotional and beautiful Deep Prajwalan. I would like to inform and remind all the participants that you may ask questions once the session is over. You can raise your hands, but only after the session is over. And now it is time for the most anticipated part of the session. Our speaker of the day is our senior trainer of Geeta Pariwar, Shraddha ji Raodeo, whom you know by now very well. She's a native of Nagpur and now residing in Hyderabad. Didi is an electronic engineer and has a postgraduate diploma in IT management. She has been associated with Nagpur Geeta Pariwar and joined as a co-trainer in online Geeta classes since August 2020. Didi is in various teams in Geeta Pariwar and is also an L4 trainer. She has been teaching children values of our culture and Bhagavad Gita as well. Over to you, Shraddha Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna. Am I audible, Didi?
Yes, Didi, you're audible.
Okay, just give me a second and just adjusting camera. Give me a minute. Okay, I'll show you 1 second. Jai Shri Krishna, everybody. A very warm welcome to the session, all of you. Am I clearly audible now? Didi?
Ji Didi, you're audible.
Jai Shri Krishna, pranam everybody. Let us all begin by remembering Swaparam Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself, by whose blessings we are getting to explore this extremely beautiful, extremely important, and a completely liberating chapter of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Let us all bow down to Param Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna and seek wisdom to understand this chapter to its best possible manner. Hari Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ददामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः ॐ A very warm welcome to you, all of you again. A very warm welcome to this session. We are in the last part of this 18th chapter, which in itself is an extremely beautiful chapter. It is a summary of all that we have learned so far. And it is what we are going to explore today is going to be probably the most important part of not just this chapter but of entire Bhagavad Gita. It is, see, this very simple thing is that somebody is going for an examination and it just a night before the exam, what do? We will try to learn, summarize, learn the best, most important topics, isn't it? We have seen this chapter is a summary of entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. In this last section of this conversation, Shri Krishna has summarized everything that he has said in the previous chapters. And when a student is going for the exam, what the teachers will tell in the last day of revision, okay, all this you have done, but this is the most important thing. Don't forget this. Remember this thing. That message is the most important message. Itna padh ke jao and you will be successful. Don't forget to do this and then you will be successful. That last mantra of success is given by the teachers in the last minute, isn't it? Similar is the case for all of us here. We are trying to learn this Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita. We are trying to understand Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita. And in this last charan, last episode, last section of what we are discussing, Sri Krishna is going to give us that important message, which is going to take us to that final victory, which is going to lead us to that final path of success, on that final path of devotion and that final path of knowledge. With that explains the importance of the shlokas that we are going to see today. And what we have seen so far is extremely beautiful. The last part of the previous session, we had seen that with when a devotee gets a certain set of characteristics, he becomes eligible to get different siddhis. What Jnaneshwar Mauli says here is extremely beautiful. It is like when some great person is coming, if our Swamiji comes, how will we welcome him? We'll welcome him with a plate of aarti, isn't it? Some saint is coming, how we will welcome. Ganpati Bappa comes to our homes on Ganesh Chaturthi, how we will plan to welcome him. With a decorated temple, with a decorated aarti thali, we will welcome him. Similarly, once the Siddha Purush gets those characteristics which we had learned in the last session, Kama, Krodha, all these different characteristics, when he is able to get rid of the things which should not be there, when he is able to get those great characteristics, he becomes eligible for all siddhis. And Jnaneshwar Mauli says that all the great siddhis are waiting with the Aarti Thali to welcome this Jnani, welcome this Siddha Purush, and then the siddhis are waiting for him to accept them. And such a Siddha Purush is a completely respectable one. And while explaining all this, Sri Krishna further gives us some very, very important principles that we should all inculcate in our lives, that we will be seeing today. Today we will be starting from the 58th shlok. A very beautiful message comes in the 58th shlok. मच्चित्तः सर्वदुर्गाणि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि अथ चेत्त्वमहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्षसि. Now, whatever Sri Krishna has told so far, we saw that in the previous shlok, Sri Krishna said that these are the characteristics of a Siddha Purush. And after attaining all these things, what will last few shlokas we have seen some very important things. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. What happens when all these characteristics, we had seen the characteristics of a Siddha Purusha Hankaram Balandar Pankamam Krodam Parigraham Vimuchya Nirmama Shanto Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. He becomes equivalent to the Brahma. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. When he attains that stage, what happens? He attains two special characteristics. What are that? He does not have any sorrows. He does not na shochati na kankshati. All his desires are nullified, and he develops a special vision of equality towards everyone. He is able to see everybody with a equanimous vision, and with that kind of vision, only somebody who has that vision is able to do what? Bhaktya mam abhijanati. There we had seen that Shri Krishna has used the word abhijanati. Abhijanati means not just knowing properly, abhijanati. And how? By the devotion, bhaktya, by the devotion, armed with all these characteristics and that equanimous vision, such a person, with the help of his devotion, does what? He understands Sri Krishna Parampita Paramatma. And once that is done, what happens? Sri Krishna says, Sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano madvyapashrayah. All the karma he offers to whom? To Parampita Paramatma. And as a result of all this, he gets what? The Shashvat Pada. We had seen that a devotee never becomes an ex-devotee. And this is the Shashvat Pad because he has understood who is the Parampita Paramatma, who is the real Parampita Paramatma. And in that context, Sri Krishna had told, Chetasa Sarva Karmani Mai Sanyasya Mat Paraha. You offer all your Chetasa Sarva Karmani, offer all the karma. Previously, he has told that Sarva Karmani Api Sada Kurvano Mad Vyapyashya, take my refuge and perform all the karma. But here, one important thing about this 57 shlok is, don't just offer the karma. How to offer the karma? Karma chetasa, by the mind, not just saying Sri Krishna Arpanamastu, but feeling and completely absorbing the thought that yes, I am offering entire karma. What we do, we keep a count of how much jap has been done, how many pujas we have done, how much we have done, and in return I am still getting this sorrow. No, don't keep any account of your good karma. Don't keep any account of what you have done. Once you have offered, just keep doing it and offer it completely to me. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matpara. Sanyasya, keep them properly with me. And for such a person has attained the buddhi yoga pampashritya machitta satatam bhava. Machitta satatam bhava. What is the meaning of machitta? Matchitta is always offer your chitta, that is your thoughts, are offered to whom? To Parampita Paramatma always. And by doing this, what is going to happen? The reason we saw this 57th shloka, because these two are related. Machitta Satatam Bhava, a person who is Machitta, is how he is completely absorbed in thoughts. How was Bhakta Prahlad? Always he was in thoughts of Parampita Paramatma, always in the thoughts of Vishnu Bhagwan. How was Mirabai? Always absorbed in the thoughts of Sri Krishna. And how are their lives? Their lives of whatever obstacles came, they were able to overcome these obstacles. That is the importance of being much chitta. For us, what do we do? Most of us we worship Parampita Paramatma in a in an anticipation that we will get something, our sorrows will be taken care of, and we have a different level of expectation from our worship. But that was not the case with Prahlad, that was not the case with Mirabai, that was not the case with saints from Maharashtra. what they have done, they have just offered their entire soul to Parampita Paramatma in things around them, in the vegetables, everywhere. Our saints say that we see the Vitthal Bhagwan only in them. So that was the condition of these great devotees, and we have to learn from them. When such a thing happens to any devotee, when he becomes Machitta, when his soul is completely devoted to Parampita Paramatma, what happens? Machitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarashyasi अथ चेत्त्वमहङ्कारान् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्षसि. Machitta sarva durgani. Durga here, Durga means obstacles. If you are a Machitta, if your soul is completely absorbed in me, I will ensure that you are liberated from all the obstacles. Machitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi. As my prasad, as my grace, what will happen? You will be liberated from all the difficulties, all the obstacles. See, here he has told a top secret. This is such a soothing statement, isn't it? That you become like this and I will remove all obstacles. There is a disclaimer I would like to add here. He says, Machitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi. Mat prasada tarishyasi means you will be able to overcome all the obstacles in your life. He is not saying obstacles will not come in your life. This we should understand. That if we say that we are a devotee and still I am doing so much jap Devi, but still so many obstacles are coming in my life. There is one devotee one sadhak who always calls, saying so much Bhagavad Gita we are learning, but still getting so many problems in my life. Sri Krishna has given what assurance? He has not said that obstacles will not come in, because these obstacles are a reflection of our karma. But what he is saying, Mat prasada tarashyasi. Whatever obstacles will come, you will be able to overcome them as a part of my grace. So let the obstacles come. We are ready. Why? Because we have Parampita Paramatma. We have Sri Krishna in our lives. There is nothing to be afraid of. But with this, one place he has given a very good news that yes, I will take care of your obstacles. At the same time, he is giving a warning of caution. What he says, Atha chetvam ahankaran nashroshyasi vinangshasi. If out of your arrogance, if out of your ego, you say that, this is whether it will be done or not. If out of our ego, we start thinking that I am the doer. If you become a slave of your ego, what will happen? And you don't listen to me, owing to our ego. See, when people say Paramatma kya hai, who is this God, why are they saying this? They are saying it out of their ego of their scientific knowledge, ego of their modernism, or because of all these people are ceasing to believe in the existence of God. This kind of, because of this ego, Nashroshasi, because of that you will not listen, what will happen? Vinangshasi, you will be destroyed. We are responsible for our own destruction in this case. So remember, ultimately no work can be accomplished without the grace of Parampita Paramatma. So, but remember, yadahankaramashritya nayotya iti manyase mityaisha vyavasayaste prakritisva niyokshati. This slok comes with a background from the first chapter. What Arjun is saying, na yotsya iti govinda, I am not going to do the war. Why he is saying? Because he started believing that I am the one who is going to win this war or lose this war. I am the one who is going to kill my own relatives. That is the ego. What Shri Krishna says, if you, based on your ego, say na yotsya iti govindam shrutva. We all have seen what all Arjun has said in the first chapter. So he says that you have said as because you are a slave of your own ego. Yada hankaram ashritya. If due to your ego, na yotseti manyase, you start believing that I will not I will not take up this battle. This behavior is a complete mithya. It is a complete falsehood. This behavior is going to be, this talk is vain. Why? Because prakritistva niyokshati. Some people feel that they can change themselves. Some people feel that, we have completed the Prakritistva Niyokshati, your Swabhava. How is the Swabhava? It is born with you. Sahaja. That Sahaja means born with you. Prakriti is Sahaja. It is born with you. You are born as a part of this Prakriti. Prakritistva Niyokshati. So whatever is your nature, it is going to show up, and you will be compelled to do what is your structure. You will be compelled. You are a Kshatriya, you will be compelled to fight. You have seen the story of Prince Uttar in Mahabharata. He was son of King Virat, and he was an extremely feeble-minded guy. But when the Kauravas attacked King Virat, and that time all the Pandavas were in Ajnatas in the Virat kingdom. And this Uttar says, "Oh, I will fight. I am going to win this war." And in all that ego, he started. Lala, Arjun was disguised as Lala, and he said, "Okay, let me become your charioteer, and we'll go." And then the moment we saw these Kauravas, what happened to Uttar? All the courage faded. Prakritisva nihokshati. And what happened to Arjun? He left his avatar. He said, "Forget it." The Kshatriya within him came out. And he forgot he is an Agnyasvas. No, nothing doing. I'm going to do this war. I'm going to win. So, Prakritisva nihokshati. Your nature is going to control you. Swabhavajena kaunteya nipathasvena karmanam kartunnechasi yanmohat karishyasya vashopi tat. So you will be helpless. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhasvena karmana. You are bound by your own karma. You are bound by your own swabhava. You are bound by your swabhava. Hey Kaunteya, you are son of Kunti. He is reminding here. You are son of Kunti. What has Kunti told before the Mahabharat war when Shri Krishna went as a Shanti Doot? What Kunti Mata has told? Tell my sons that they have to they have to be the role models of Kshatriya. Don't spoil the name of your ancestors. You are son of Pandu. You are son of the mighty king. Don't spoil the name of your ancestors. Don't give in to this kind of pressure. If I would prefer being called a mother of five courageous people. If you die in this battle, I'll be proud to be called a mother of the five children who have acquired that Veeragati. But I would not be like to be called a mother of the cowards. That is the message that Kunti Mata has given. Shri Krishna is reminding Arjun, Swabhavajena Kaunteya, you are Kunti Putra. You have a special type of upbringing. You are binded, Baddhasena Karmana. You are binded by your own karma. Out of ignorance, yan mohat. Moha is what? Ignorance. Out of ignorance, if you start saying Kartun Nechasi, I don't want to do. If you keep saying out of ignorance, Karishyasi avashopi tat. Avashopi. Helplessly, you will end up doing that. You will be helplessly doing what you are, born to do, or you are programmed to do, what you are brought up to do. So there are so many examples in our life also we see, isn't it? Our swabhav is a result of our sanskar that we have got. The sanskar not only of this birth, the sanskar that we have acquired out of many births. What we were in the last birth, what we were in the previous birth, all these things, all the external factors, our internal factors, all have given us our inbuilt personality. And you will not be able to overcome this. Avashopi, you will be helplessly, Karishyasi, Avashopi, that helplessly you will be able to do that. And after telling that, he moves to a very great principle. You are Avashopi, you are bounded, you are binded in this Prakriti, and so you are going to be doing what your Prakriti is saying. Now Arjun is very confused. So what do I do? My Prakriti is asking me to go ahead with the war. I'll be bound to do this war, but now I don't feel like doing all this. Still in a state of confusion, what Shri Krishna tells, even in all this, remember one very important principle. Ishvara sarva bhutanam हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. Remember that the Almighty Parampita Paramatma, He is present in all the creatures. All the creatures, He is present equally. Sarva Bhutanam. And He has given the local address of His presence. What is the local address? Our own body. Riddeshe. Now here, some people, the Riddeshe, when they say, the word originates from the word Hriday, which is heart. It doesn't actually just translate into this heart, the not that pump which is the small organ which is pumping blood in our body. It is not that physical organ he is talking about. When he says Riddeshe Arjuna Tishtati, here Riddeshe, the Hriday, refers to the center of consciousness. Because why he has said here, what he has said here, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. Has he said only Manushyanam? Not only in human beings, in all the creatures. Now there are so many creatures in this world, in this universe, they which do not have this heart also. So what is this heart? It is the center of consciousness. It is the center of your consciousness. Every creature has that conscious feeling that I, it's me. Me, not that egoistic me. The feeling of being, that is your center of consciousness. The feeling of being is something which all of us have, and that is present somewhere in our body, and that is your center of your consciousness. That there Shri Krishna says, I am present, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Riddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. And what am I doing? Brahmayan Sarvabhutani. Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Just like a yantra, yantra rudha. What is yantra rudha? Yantra rudhani mayaya means what? You might have seen that giant wheel. What happens in the giant wheel? In the giant wheel is somebody sits, and then we become slaves of that giant wheel at that moment, isn't it? What happens once you sit in that giant wheel, you would have no control. The giant wheel is good. We become what? Aru in that giant wheel. So as a person becomes arud in the giant wheel, the wheel will go. Once I am sitting in that giant wheel and it has started moving, and if I say no, 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 I'm very scared, put me down, is this giant wheel going to stop? No, it has started its cycle. Only after completing its cycle it is going to stop. That is what Prakriti is. Your Jivatma. You are that Atma. And you have entered in this Prakriti. This Prakriti is the yantra, this sharir basically. Ramdas Swami says, Sharira sarkhe yantra anika nahi. There is no sharir, our body is the biggest yantra that we have. So this sharir rupi yantra is there, and in this yantra, who is arudha? This Atma is arudha, means it is dwelling in this machine, and it is controlling, it is being controlled by this Prakriti. So because of this, what will happen? You will be helpless. Avashop, you will do what your Prakriti is going to tell you. So now here one question arises. This is a very important shlok, and we should understand this shlok along with all the limitations. We should understand this in a proper context. Otherwise, what people will say, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Riddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. So I am just doing what the Prakriti is doing. What the Prakriti is telling me. Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. Here one doubt comes. Suppose some thief does a theft, and then he says, oh, I had no control. Prakriti Swarniyokshati. We have learned that everything happens with the will of Bhagwan, and ईश्वर के शक्ति के बिना पत्ता नहीं हिलता. So whatever has happened is it's not my mistake. I am Atma. I have not done. All these confusion comes. But here we have to understand one very important principle, that all the energy that we are deriving is coming from the God. But we are where that energy is utilized depends on what? Depends on the machinery in which that energy is being fitted. So, as the Jivatma, is there, this we as a Jivatma, Ishwar has given the energy, and which type of machine are you, depending on that your karma is going to happen. This is very similar to the electricity. The same electricity is going to enter the geyser, the same electricity is going to enter the air conditioner. But what happens inside the geyser, it performs the duty of heating up the water, but in the air conditioner it performs the act of cooling the air around it. So whether it is heating or cooling is going to depend on which type of equipment it is entering into. Similarly, based on our previous karma, based on what our sanskar, we have become one equipment. Now this Jivatma Rupi energy is entering, and we are doing things according to what kind of equipment we have become. So there, the the Ishwariya Shakti is not responsible for our karma. So this sentence has a little flaw. Always remember that all the tasks are done by the energy of God and not by the will of God. All the tasks whether it is good karma, sat karma is happening. For sat karma, all the sadhu purush, all the good people are utilizing that energy. That energy is also coming from God. At the same time, wicked people are doing some karma. It is a karma. For that also the energy that is being derived from the God itself. The energy has been given to all of us by Ishwar. How we are utilizing it is as per our will, and energy is his, but will is what ours. It is very similar to a father giving money to his children. Now, if the father decides that I have two sons, I have to give my property to two sons, so initially he gives some amount to both the sons, and he says, this is the money I am gifting you, do what you want to do. And in that, one son suppose invests, utilizes it for satkarma, puts up a good business, and the father sees as he is utilizing it for good deeds. And then he sees the other son who has misused, enjoyed, dined out with friends all the time, and he has misused the money. The father will naturally feel that the one who has done good use of the energy, the money that I have given him, I will give more property to that good person, isn't it? Naturally, a father will think like that. Similarly, the Ishwar is also saying, I have given energy to all. But for a Sat Purush, automatically there is a preference to giving the power. And this is exactly so. When the Satkarma is done, God will also give more power to them. So, this is what we have to remember. So what Krishna says, I have introduced you to the God who is controlling everything. So don't worry because now he's talking to Arjun. He's not just talking to normal people. He says, Ishwar is there. He's everywhere. He's in all of you. So I have introduced you to this Ishwar. So don't worry. What you should do? Shri Krishna tells a very beautiful shloka after this. Tameva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्. Such a beautiful shloka. So he says, oh, Ishwar is present everywhere. What you have to do? Tameva sharanam gaccha. You go, take refuge in that God. I have introduced you to this God. In all the chapters, I have told you how is this God. And He is present everywhere. All you have to do is what? You have to take refuge in Him. You don't get worried about all this. Tameva sharanam gaccha. And how? Sarva bhavena. Don't keep an ego with you, with all your emotion. Just dedicate yourself to this Parampita Paramatma. Don't, we have reservation, we have a reserved emotion for some reason, a little emotion for the family, then for this, then we have our own compartments. And after all those compartments, whatever little is left, we offer it to Shri Krishna. What Shri Krishna says, not like that, not selective. I want your entire devotion. Sarva bhavena bharata. You have to, with all your emotions, you dedicate yourself me, and as a result, what will you get? Tat prasadat param shantim. Here he is talking about parashanti, the most supreme peace of all. There is what? How is that peace? Where there is no worry. No worry of what you are getting, where you will be going, what will happen to you. That is an eternal peace. What is affecting our peace? Our fears, fears of future, sorrows, sorrows of past, present are affecting, fears of present and future are affecting us, affecting our peace. But once when Sri Krishna has said, Sarva Durgani Mad Prasadat Tarishyasi, all our fears and sorrows will be taken care of. And when these fears and sorrows are not there, what will be there? Only peace. Our peace will not be hampered at all. Tat Prasadat Param Shantim. And what? Sthanam Prapsasi Shashvatam. You will obtain an absolutely best place, the eternal place, a place where the sthanam is abode. Literally, this translates into you will get an abode where you have eternal peace. But here, this is spoken about a mental place where there is absolutely no worry. You have made friends with somebody very influential, then there is no problem, no nothing to worry about. You will get a complete, peace. If to understand this stroke in a better way, one small example. Suppose a candidate goes for an interview, and during that interview, he comes to know, see, initially he doesn't know who's going to take the interview. He prepares himself well. But once he goes for the interview, he realizes that I know this interviewer very nicely. So what happens? Though I have prepared well, my resume is nice, I am eligible for the job, but there is a fear. But the moment we come to know, Arey, interviewer to mera friend hai, I know this person very nicely. Then what happens? Param Shantim. We are at peace. There is no worry. There is a certain level of, assurance that I don't need to worry. For in such a case, this kind of assurance Sri Krishna is giving. Once you have made friends with the Parampita Paramatma, you will get that Param Shanti. This is the topmost knowledge. Sri Krishna says this is the most important knowledge. This is the most secret knowledge that I have told to you. Itite jnanamakhyatam guhyat guhyataram mayam vinashyai tadashirshena yathechasi tatha kuru. So in our traditions, when we start something with atha, it is marked as a beginning. It is a reflection of Om. So it is marked as a beginning atha. The shlok starts with what? Iti. Iti means hear the sense. So whatever I had to tell you, jnana makhyatang, this whatever I have told you, I declare this to be the greatest knowledge. Hmm? Akhyatang, this is a knowledge. I am declaring this as a knowledge. And what kind of knowledge? Guhyat guhyataram. Opened a greater secret. Guhyat, we tell the secret. Guhya. Guhya is secret. I am telling you a super secret. I have told guhyataram. I have told you a greater secret. Initially I was just telling you about secret, but guhyat guhyatara, I have told you a greater secret. And whom I have told Maya, from me I have come to know this greater secret, which is the supreme knowledge. So Vimrashyaita Dasheshena, all this I have told you. Asheshena I have told you. Means what? Without keeping anything, any reservations. Fully I have kept open book. We say no open book. Like that, Asheshena, completely I have told you. After having told everything, what Shri Krishna says, Yathechasi tatha kuru. See, remember one thing. Sri Krishna does not believe in compulsion. Our scriptures, our Sanatan Dharma is not about compulsion. Like this karna hi hai. It is about conviction. We all try to convince. How we are towards our children also. We try to convince them. Convince ho gaye to acha hai. They will be doing with great devotion when somebody is convinced of everything. We all are learning Bhagavad Gita. Did anybody come with a stick behind us? You have to learn. No, nobody did that to us. We came because we were convinced that Bhagavad Gita is liberating, especially students of level 4. They have experienced in all these 3 levels. They are convinced, and hence we have landed up in level 4. Sri Krishna says, Yathechasi tatha kuru. After telling all these greater secrets, I have told you all the secrets, greater secrets I have told you, and this is the complete knowledge that I have given you. After this, use your own brain and Do what you think is the best for you. Hmm? Yathechasi tatha kuru. Now, after saying this, again we are coming to square one. Arjun is thinking, from so much time I am saying, from Karpanya Dosho, Karpanya Dosho, from there I am telling you that I am your Shishya, I am your Bhakta, tell me. Arjun is confused again. And he has told Shri Krishna, Tadekam vada nishchitya yena shreyo hamapnuyam. 100 times I am telling you, Shri Krishna, yena shreyo hamapnuyam. Yathet shre, yat shreyasyan nishchitam ruhi tanme shishyaste ham shadiman tvam prapannam. I have told all this. After that, again in the end, you are saying, Yathechasi tatha kuru. So I have to still use my own pain. Hari, I am confused. And again, you are telling that expression probably Arjun has on his face. And in response to that, Shri Krishna is not just reading, solving his doubts. Shri Krishna is reading mind of Arjun. What Shri Krishna says, सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमौ वचः इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्. He's saying Sarvaguhyatamam. What he has mentioned here is about Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Whatever is the conversation we have told here, this is Sarvaguhyatamam. I, uh, I have told you everything. See the usage of the words. How it is. First he has said Guhyat Guhyatara, and here what he is saying Guhyatama. This is supreme, great, greater, greatest. So all this greatest secret, I will tell you. Bhuyash again. Shrunume paramau vacha. He has read the confusion on Arjun's face, and he says, now listen again. What? The greatest secret. We remember that student who was going for exam, and his teacher was telling the most important topics to revise. After telling all the topics to revise, just in front of the examination room, what we do, we learn the most important formula in that subject. Sarva Guhya Tamam is that one formula, that Param Vacha, Paramam Vacha, which Sri Krishna wants us to remember. And why? Why does he want to tell that to Arjun? Ishto Sime Dridamiti Tato Vakshami Te Hitam, because you are my most favorite. And here, see, look at the conviction in the slok. Ishtosime dridhamiti. You are my most favorite. This is my firm opinion. Shri Krishna is saying this to whom? To Arjun. That it is my firm opinion that you are my most favorite. See, that is this. These are some types of shlok when we feel depressed. We should just put Arjun out of picture, and we should sit in Arjun's place and assume Shri Krishna is saying this to us. Shri Krishna is saying, Ishtosi me dadamati. We feel so loved. Tato vakshami te hitam. So what is he telling? Just keep yourself in Arjun's place for some time and feel the love of Shri Krishna and listen what he's saying. Tato vakshami te hitam. Listen. Why we should listen? Because this is the most beneficial for us. Te hitam. This is the most beneficial, highest secret I am telling you, which is most beneficial for you. And he says again, means I have bhuya again, because I have already told you. So this is a very important shlok. What we are going to see next. This is the Shri Krishna is coming towards the end of his message, and with great conviction he says, because you are my most favorite, I am telling you the highest secret which is beneficial to you, and with immense love, the most important message comes. Manmanam bhava madbhakto madhyaji ma namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyante pratijane priyosime. The next two shlokas are going to convey the most important message from Shri Krishna. This first entire sentence sounds familiar, isn't it? Again, going back to that student who was preparing for the exam. The most important thing is repeated. The same shlok as it is, this entire sentence has come in the previous chapter, in the 9th chapter, and the entire sentence as it is, Shri Krishna is saying here again. So, it is very, very important. What is it? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji ma namaskuru. Manmana bhava. Be very, very mindful of me. Be very conscious about my presence everywhere, in all your thoughts. What is our man? Basically, man is not some physical organ, isn't it? It is not like in my brain somewhere this man is standing. Man is basically an accumulation of your thoughts. It is that subconscious thing where all your thoughts have accumulated, and whatever you like, your thoughts are engulfed in that. Some people just love watching YouTube reels and all those things. Their mana, their mind is there. So where is this mind? The mind is an accumulation of thoughts. What Shri Krishna says, man mana bhava, means what? Your thoughts become me. When he says this is a very big statement, devote your mind, not just devote, make your mind itself, you make as me. Don't just drench your mind in me. Tu man, in Marathi, there is this small phrase, tu man he minchitari. The mind itself becomes me. Hmm? How the gopis were, Shri Krishna's gopis in Vraj. Hmm? Their mind is completely absorbed. They are never separated from Shri Krishna. Always their mind is around Shri Krishna. Their mind itself has become Shri Krishna. And then Shri Krishna says, Mad Bhakta Bhava. Become my devotee. Love me. Bhakta is what? Bhakta is somebody who, Bhakta basically is somebody who loves. Hmm? If we say we are Guru Bhakta. We all love all people in our Geeta Pariwar, Learngeeta. We are all Guru Bhakta. We all love our Param Puja Gurudev. We are his devotee. We love. Bhakti is basically pure, selfless love. And Shri Krishna says, Mad Bhakta Bhava. Love me by all means. Then Madhyaji Bhava. Madhyaji Bhava. Yaji is basically, Yaji is somebody who does yajna. Yajna, we all know. Yajna, it is also a part of worship. So worship him in all ways. So daily worship. Whatever we see, that small Shri Krishna, understand the value of Shri Krishna. It's not an ideal that we are worshipping. When we bring this Ganpati Murti in our house, it is not just that ideal that we are worshipping. We are worshipping the Parampita Paramatma in this form. Worshipping and chanting are our expressions of our feeling. Madhyaji Bhava, worship me. When Yaji is somebody who does yagya can be even doing our own karma is yagya. We have seen in detail in Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā what the different types of yagya. Dravya yajna, sapo yajna, yoga yajna, sathapare, swadhyaya jnana yajna, yatayah samshita vrataha. Apade jovati pranam prane panam tathapare. Pranayam, our karma, our swadhyaya, our Gita chanting, all these are yagya. Madhyaji Bhava. Keep doing these yagya. Continue doing these yagya. Worship me with the form of your yagya. Your yagya is your karma, your swadhyay. Everything falls in the category of yagya. Offer all your deeds to me. And Maham Namaskuru. Do worship me. Do bow down to me. Do namaskar to me. This is a very important thing, very beautiful thing also. Some people will feel Madhyaji Bhava, Man Mana Bhava, Mad Bhakta Bhava. All these things are big things. And now ultimately you are saying, my Namaskar Kuru, Namaskar, Mam Namaskuru, just to do Namaskar to me. The importance of Namaskar we should never forget. This Pranamo Dukkha Shamanam Tam Namami Harim Param. Always keep doing pranam. That little bit, pranam also is a part of our dharma. Just doing pranam to Gurudev, just doing pranam to Paramatma is also a big dharma in itself. And in Bhagavad Gita itself, Shri Krishna has said, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Swalpamapya, even a small dharma is going to secure you, is going to save you from lot of papa. So what is the importance of this small pranam? What will happen? Is this pranam really very, very effective? And this doubt comes to you. Remember one very beautiful example, that if somebody is this namaskar is like a missed call that we give. Now, missed call to whom? To Parampita Paramatma. So sometimes just imagine if there is somebody who is continuously giving you missed calls. Hmm? He's always giving you calls, missed calls every day, in a day, 4, 5 times they are giving missed call. What will you do? One day, out of irritation, he say, but you will say, Are who is this? One day at least you will call back and find out what does this person want from me, isn't it? It is like that. When you keep doing namaskar, one namaskar you give, one missed call who's gone to Parampita Paramatma. When we keep doing namaskar, our missed calls are going to Paramatma. You never know which missed call will get answered. And Shri Krishna will see, oh, what is this devotee doing namaskar for? At least once he will look and he will see what is this namaskar for. So, and this is the importance of doing namaskar. Remember what we have to do. Manmana bhava madbhakta bhava madhyaji ma namaskuru. And when we do all this, mame vaishyasi satyante. This is a promise. This is the ultimate highest level of promise that Shri Krishna is doing. What? Mame vaishyasi satyante pratijane priyosime. Me. Mam eva eshyasi. You will attain me. You will become me. Are you have known me. You have done puja of me. Now why you want your mind has become my. Then why you want to live separately? You and me will become one. Mam eva eshyasi. Pratijane priyosime. When he uses the word pratijane, what more assurance do you want? Shri Krishna is saying, I promised you, you will be my most favorite. Pratijane priyosime. When we look at these shlokas, really we should for a moment keep Arjuna aside and see when Shri Krishna is saying all these things to us. These messages are full of immense love from Parampita Paramatma. When he says Pratijani Priyosime, you are with full love. I am telling you that you and me will become one. Mam eva aishyasi. So, and then the last advice shlok, that is also said with full love what Sri Krishna says. Sarvanarman parityacha mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami bhashata. Sarvadharman parityajya. This is so much confusion. Now, the entire Bhagavad Gita is about what? Dharma, dharma. Sarvadharmam api chaveksha navikampitum arhasi. Dharmyadi yuddhat shreyonyat. Kshatriyasya na vidyate. Kshatriya dharma you are telling me. Then shreyansa dharmo viguna. Paradharmat sanushthitat. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. Paradharmo bhayavaha. Again dharma. Paritranaya sadhunam. There also dharma samsthapanarthaya. Entire Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna has spoken about dharma, and now he is saying Sarva Dharman Parityajya. This is a confusing shlok, and also because of this, because of misinterpretation of this shlok, there are many confusions created amongst people. Understand this properly. When Shri Krishna says here Sarva Dharman Parityajya, what Shri Krishna is trying to understand, try to tell us here, try to understand that properly. We have to understand this shlok properly. We have to understand the previous shlok properly. We are interrelated. Man mana bhava mad bhakta bhava madhyaji ma namaskuru. Take a complete refuge in me. To become, you have to be completely united with me by your thoughts, your mind, your karma. Then you are completely united with me, with this. Then what happens? You will have no worries about dharma and adharma. This Arjun is having all the confusion. He is thinking that, oh my God, I am going to do adharma. Why his Vishada is Vishada Yog? Because he is fearing to do adharma. He has got the company of Sri Krishna by his previous birth, by the grace from his previous births, and he does not want to leave that. He does not want to miss on that. He does not want. He feels, if I become a adharmi, if some adharma happens from me, then what is going to happen? So Shri Krishna is going to go away. I will be separated from my Shri Krishna. He cannot afford that, and that is why he is worried about whether this is dharma or adharma. When Shri Krishna says Sarva Dharman Parityajya, he is saying leave the fears of dharma and adharma. Leave the count of what you are doing. Just mamekam sharanam vraja. Take refuge in me. Take refuge in Shri Krishna. Once you have taken a complete refuge in me, what will happen? Ahantva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Do not grieve, do not keep any sorrows. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I am going to liberate you from all the sins. Because Arjun is worried about whether he is doing a sin or whether he is doing a right thing by becoming a part of this battle. So Shri Krishna says, don't grieve, Arjun. I will relieve you from all the sins. You just take a refuge in me. We're talking about this interviewer and interviewee, isn't it? Where the interviewer, if when the interview is suppose going on, and if already this person is scared, he will say, "Arey, you do your best, and I am there, no, to take care of everything." If the interviewer is known to you, and obviously he says, "You do your best, I am there to take care of everything. You don't have to worry." There is so much peace coming to that interview. उसको पता है that even if there is a little flaw here and there, my my work is going to get done. I am going to be successful in getting this job because this interviewer is known to me. This Parampita Paramatma is known to me. When we are best friends, I have nothing to worry. I don't have to worry about sins. He is going to take care of liberating me. So, Ma Shuchaha. This Ma Shuchaha is the ultimate message of Parampita Paramatma. See, this all the actual words of advice are getting over here. Next, what comes is like a parishishta, what Shri Krishna says. But here, that word of advice, remember that the most immortal message that is coming is in the last advice that is coming from Parampita Paramatma is Ma Shuchaha. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry at all. Just take refuge in Parampita Paramatma and don't worry. इदन्ते न तपस्काय न भक्ताय कदाचन न च शुश्रूषवे वाचन् न च मायोऽभ्यसूयते. What Shri Krishna says, this entire discussion we have done, that you should not tell to whom. After telling all this, see, this is Guhyatama Shastra. Now, topmost secret he has told. This is the topmost secret. When you share your secrets with your friends and you are told that मेरा घर का ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, this secret most thing about the family I have told, किसी को बताना मत. We say, no, we will put a small disclaimer, no, don't tell anybody, isn't it? Shri Krishna says this, idante na tapaska. You also don't tell, go and keep telling it to everybody. Don't tell this to everybody. Whom not to tell? Na tapaskaya. The one who is not a tapasvi. One who is not ready to take any pains. He is a tapasvi. Now the word here that is used, na tapaskaya, here Shri Krishna is saying, idante na atapaskaya. A tapasvi is a person who is not, what is tapasya? Enduring all the pain to fulfill your responsibilities, to fulfill your duties, to fulfill your work. But Shri Krishna says, anybody who is not willing to do any kind of tapasya, not just tapasya of meditation, and they are not willing to take any efforts to fulfill their responsibilities, such a person is also a tapasvi. Do not give this divine knowledge to an tapasvi. Don't give it to abhakta. Na bhaktaya here, na abhaktaya. One who is not a devotee. Means who? The one who refuses to accept the glory of God. One who does not offer even 1 ounce of seva towards Sadguru, towards God, is a abhakta. Ashushrushrave, the one who doesn't listen even after telling. There are so many people will tell, everybody in this universe knows that Bhagavad Gita is a great scripture. It is a supreme knowledge. Everybody knows, but how many are learning? How many are taking the efforts? How many are actually listening? Ashushrushrave, who even after knowing and telling are not listening. So don't tell to such people. Asuyaka. Asuya, here asuya is basically a emotion of impurity. It is an emotion of impurity with somebody who doesn't talk good about God. Nowadays, so we see such perverted thoughts everywhere in this world. Whether Ramji existed, not existed, all these perverted thoughts people are spreading. Such a person who has a perverted perception towards God is a asuyakaha, the one who criticizes the very existence of God, who criticize God himself. Such a person asuyaka. For such people, don't tell all this yoga that I have told you. Nacha shushrusha vachan, nacha mai yoga suyati. Do not tell all this to anybody. Now, having all this thing, but Shri Krishna has prohibited us from imparting this knowledge to people who fall in these categories, isn't it? But what does Geeta Pariwar say? Geeta Pariwar ka to nara hai, har har Geeta, har kar Geeta. We want to spread Geeta everywhere in this entire universe. So you will say, so Didi, what we should do? The prachara we should not do. Tell one thing. Tell one thing. Just one thing you tell me. So if here what this confusion, Jnaneshwar Mauli sorts out for us. Hmm, just like all the people in this samsar, they are like the children. See, a child is suppose gone to a fair, to some mela, that fair, or nowadays people don't go to fair, they go to malls. Now if a child is lost in that mall, he's lost, he doesn't know where his mother is, and he's just engrossed in watching, looking here and there in the mall. He is completely lost. It is a punya karma to unite that child with his mother. It is a sat karma, isn't it? Even if that child doesn't realize that he is lost, we will still try to unite him with his mother. All the people in this universe who are not connected with Geeta Maya, those who are not connected with Parampita Paramatma, they are like those lost children who have lost their mother. In any way, if we can connect them to their mother, it is a virtuous act by all means. So try to do. Try to connect the lost children in the universe with this Geeta Mata. We should do our bits because it is a satkarma for us. So for us, it is a different thing, but Shri Krishna has given that disclaimer. So don't be behind them. Don't be very stubborn. Don't be very adamant that tumhe karna hi hai. But do your effort of prachar. That we should always do. Further, what Shri Krishna says, this I have first, he tells whom not to tell. But then in that he says, there are some people you should tell. Who are those? य इमं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा मामे वैष्यत्य संशयः य इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वभिधास्यति अभिधास्यति. The one who teaches this Bhagavad Gita, who takes this Bhagavad Gita to my devotees. Abhidhasyati literally translates into teaches, but it doesn't really mean only teaches anybody who is taking it. Our tech savis, our group coordinators, our batch coordinators, our pracharaks, they are all means by which this entire Bhagavad Gita is reaching to all the devotees. It is not only the trainers who are all doing this whole work, they are doing a great job, but all the savis together are contributing to this. So all the people who are taking this Bhagavad Gita, to whom? To all my devotees. Madbhaktesh vabhidhasyati. They are doing what? Bhakti Mayi Prarang Kritva. This is my topmost bhakti. So, if you are doing Gita Seva, see, we keep informing about our Gita Sevi in our Vivechan Satras and everywhere. Our Gita Sevi, what is our Gita Sevi? It is your opportunity to do this biggest form of bhakti. Bhaktim Mai Parang Kritva, that is the highest form of devotion. Just to take this Bhagavad Gita to people, Mame Vaishyatya Asamshaya, Mam Eva Eshyati Asamshaya, undoubtedly. There is no doubt that they will attain me. Undoubtedly, they shall attain me. See, this is such a beautiful thing, and he doesn't stop at this. Further, he says, I cannot love anyone more than the one who spreads this message of Bhagavad Gita. What he says, na chatasman manusheshu taschinme priyakritamaha. भविता न च मे तस्मादन्यः priyataro bhuvi. What he says, there is no task more dearer to me than this, which who takes this Bhagavad Gita, take this entire conversation to whom? To all the devotees. And what he has said is extremely important. Bhavita nachame tasmat. Not only in present, in future also, I am telling you, nobody is going to be more dearer to me than this one person. So not only now, but even in future, nobody can be more dearer to me than the one who takes this to my devotees. Anyaf priyataro bhuvi. And not just priya. He's not for Arjun. So what did he say? Priyosi, priyosi, you are my priya. But what is he using for these people? Priyataraha, one step ahead. Imagine, so nice, such a beautiful opportunity to do the Gita Seva. How understand the importance of what we are doing, why it is necessary to do, why there has to be a balance along with all activities, why this thing should be done, because this is the highest assurance that Parampita Paramatma Shri Krishna himself has given us. What he says further, Adhyeshyate chayaman dharmyam samvadamavayoho jnanayajnena tenahamistasya me matihim. What he's saying, very important. One name Shri Krishna has himself given for Bhagavad Gita. What is the name he has given? Dharmyam samvadamavayoho. Dharma samvad. This is entire. See, in the previous few shlokas back, we saw Sarvadharman Parityajya. So our understanding of that shlok is perfect. We can understand only when you, then by this is a praman, this is a proof that it is correct, because this entire samvad is only about dharma. This entire conversation is about dharma. Shri Krishna himself says he has given a name for this conversation. It is Dharma Samvad. It is an interesting name for Gita. It is Dharma Samvad. So this entire Dharma Samvad, Adhyeshate Chayeman, the one who studies it, the one who studies the sacred conversation that has happened, Avayoho means in between both of us. In between whom? In between Shri Krishna and Arjun. The one who understands. This becomes what? Jnana Yajna. So this entire activity of trying to understand Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is what? It is also a yajna. It is a jnana yajna. Jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasyamiti te me matihi. It is my firm opinion. It is my opinion that they will become my favorite. They are actually worshipping me. Ishtasyamiti. They are worshipping me. I am being worshipped by them by the means of this jnana yajna. Because of this jnana yajna that they are doing, they will become my favorite by the means of this jnana yajna. By the means of studying this Bhagavad Gita, we are going one step closer to Sri Krishna. Such a happy news. And that happy news doesn't wait here. It continues in the next slok. What Sri Krishna says, Shraddhavananasuyascha shrunuyadapiyo naraha. सोऽपि मुक्तः शुभाल्लोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम्. The one who is Shraddhavan and Anasuyah. See, when we are talking about Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, we are talking about what? Studying Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā is assimilating its principle of Bhagavad Gita. We saw in the previous slok, Shri Krishna says, Adhyeshyate chayaiman, the one who studies Bhagavad Gita. Now, for studying anything, there is an eligibility criteria. If you want to become a doctor, you have to give that NEET entrance exam. That makes you eligible. What is here in this particular 71st slok? Shri Krishna has given two eligibility criteria. What are these? Shraddhavan, Anasuya. A person who is Shraddhavan means full of faith, and the one who is Anasuya. The biggest characteristic of Arjun is that he is Anasuya. He has no malice towards anybody. He has no malice towards His Kauravas are his enemy, standing in the enemy clan with 11 Akshamani Sena, such a big Sena they have called for what? Just to kill the Pandavas. All this thing is going on, but what Arjun says, they are my brothers, they are my dear ones. He has no malice towards anybody. Asuyata, Anasuyata is the biggest eligibility to learn Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Don't keep any malice in your minds. Don't keep any malice in your hearts towards anybody, and with full faith. You have to do what? Shrunuyad apiyo naraha, not only studying. If you are not capable of studying it, Shrunuyad, listen, just listen to the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. They will also be liberated. So, lokan, they will also be liberated to what? To better loka. We are in Mrityu lok, then Sarga lok, and there are so many lokas. There are many pious lokas, higher lokas. Prapnuyat punya karmanam, because by listening to this also they are going to attain what? Punya karma, the righteous deeds. Just like charity, yajna, dana, tapa, all these are righteous deeds. We earn punya. Just listening to Bhagavad Gita is also punya. You all are attending 40-minute Bhagavad Gita classes. 40 minutes of punya karma, because you are continuously listening to Shrimad Bhagavad Gita there. Utra satkarma ho raha hai. So much satkarma we are doing just by listening also, Shri Krishna is saying. But what? Listen with devotion and listen without any malice. Such a person will also get the same fruits that a person who is reading it. So the same result is coming to the one who studies Bhagavad Gita, does Gita sadhana, or reads Gita, or even just listens to Gita. Ma Shucha, don't worry, everybody is going to get the same result. You will say, what is this? It is like when we go to a temple, there is no distinction whether it is a rich person, poor person, whoever, whatever, no matter what is your financial eligibility, everybody gets the same prasad. This entire Bhagavad Gita is a huge temple. There, anybody who connects in whichever way, they get the same prasad. They will all be uplifted. They will all be eligible to get uplifted by Parampita Paramatma. कच्चिदे तच्छ्रुतं पार्थ त्वयैकाग्रेण चेतसा कच्चिदज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रणष्टस्ते धनञ्जय. After telling all these things, if the child is going for an excursion, what the mother will do? Okay, ye le liya, have you packed this, have you packed that? If somebody is going on a travel, when I'm going on a travel, my husband, mother, everybody will be, did you pack the medicines, did you pack this, did you take the tickets, or not? Everybody, have you taken a receipt of everything having done properly? Shri Krishna does the same thing. Did you listen carefully? Shri Krishna is asking, hey Partha, did you listen to the whole thing? Kachide tachrutam Partha, did you listen carefully? Tvayaikarena chetasa, with ekagra chitta, with full concentration. Ekagra means with single pointed dedication. When we are listening to Vivechan session, sometimes what happens, or even in classes, sometimes we are listening, but then mind sometimes goes over, is the dinner being cooked or not? Kal ka kya khana pakana hai? All these thoughts go in our mind. So though sometimes we are listening, but the mind is somewhere else. So ekagra chitta, Shri Krishna is asking, not only listening, but ekagra chitta, are you listening? Shri Krishna is asking to Arjuna, I am not asking to you. Shri Krishna is asking to Arjuna, are you all, did you listen to the whole thing with full concentration? Why he is asking? Because they are in a battlefield. Already that Shankhanad, all that is happening. So he has a small doubt that were you able to hear me properly? Tatsit ajnana sammoha. And if you have listened, all that ajnana, all that delusion, all that ignorance that you had, is it destroyed or not? Pranashtaste dhananjaya. Is it dispelled? Are you cleared of all your confusion? Is all your confusion destroyed? Is the confusion clear? He is not asking whether there is a pranashtaste dhananjaya. Is it completely destroyed or not? I don't want that little bit confusion there. Okay, so it is not just clear, it has to be destroyed. Now at this point, Arjuna is teary-eyed, full of devotion. And what he is saying, Arjuna uvacha nashto mohasmritirlabdha tvatrasadhan mayachita Sitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. What a beautiful slok. Nashto mohas. Arjuna is like, now nothing. Somebody who was saying first adhyay, just remember so much knowledge he has imparted to Sri Krishna. This will happen, Kulakshaya will happen, Kuladharmas, all that things he has told. Then he says, okay, I'm not understanding. Shasyasteham. And then tell me one thing, just tell me one good thing. Oh, after all that confusion, in between he has also Chanchalam Himana Krishna Pramate Palavatradam, all those things when he's telling. After all that confusion, Arjun finally accepts Nashto Mohas. The ignorance is not just clear, it is completely destroyed. And what have I received? Labdha Smritir Labdha. Smriti we translated into memory, but it is actually just not memory, the knowledge of everything. What is my real purpose? I have understood that. I have understood, I have achieved labdha, I have gained my actual purpose. I have got that knowledge of my actual purpose. What prasadan maya achyuta, because of you. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. Only by your grace, what has happened, I have all the confusion is clear. Satosmi gata sandeha. Now I stand in front of you. How? Gata sandeha. All the doubts are gone. Karishye vachanantava. I will do what you have told me to do. I will follow your word. I will do what you have said. Karishye vachanantava. Such a beautiful thing. A complete, it is like, that sky in the monsoon season, what happens? There are so many clouds, and after the entire rain has fallen, all those black clouds will go away, they will get destroyed. When that entire ignorance is fallen down in the form of rain, when the entire ignorance is gone, the clouds are cleared, and we can see the clear sky. That is the situation of Arjun, and that is the situation that is going to be ours if we learn Bhagavad Gita with full devotion. Shraddhavan and Suyascha, that is the prasad that we can also get. What we will get, our moha, our ignorance will also go, our doubts will also be going, and we will also be on this path that is shown to us by Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Sri Krishna himself. And after who is listening to all this conversation, we know from the first chapter, it is Sanjay who is listening. Now that Arjun's entire doubts have gone, we not only see the impact this entire Bhagavad Gita has on Arjun, we will see what impact it has on Sanjay. It Sanjaya Uvacha Ityaham Vasudevasya Parthasya cha Mahatmanah Samvadamimamashrausam Adbhutam Romaharshanam. What a beautiful thing Sanjay is saying. This samvad, this conversation between whom? Between Vasudev's son Vasudeva, between Sri Krishna and whom? Partha. Partha such a Mahatmanah. See, Sanjay has got this entire opportunity to listen to this conversation. He is a minister in the clan of Dhritarashtra. He is in the minister in the court of Dhritarashtra. What courage he has got now. Arjun belongs to the army, opposite army, enemy army. And Arjun, he is saying what? Partha Sacha Mahatmanah in front of Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is now saying that this Partha, he is a Mahatmanah. He is a great soul. Why he is a great soul? See, we all should become like Arjun. I don't know whether we will become devotee what, but कुछ नहीं बने तो अर्जुन जैसा बनने का प्रयास करना चाहिए. Why we should strive to become like Arjun? He is one person for whom Shri Krishna himself out of love was compelled to become his charioteer. उनके सारथी बन गए out of love, not out of compulsion. Out of love, Shri Krishna has willingly become the charioteer of this Arjun, and Bhagwan Shivji, Hara himself in the form of that Maruti, in the form of Hanumanji, is on the flag of Arjun's chariot. Hara and Hari themselves are there for Arjun's protection and Arjun's guidance. That is the might of Arjun. So rightfully Sanjay is saying he is Mahatmanah. Parthasya cha Mahatmanah, and he's saying it in front of whom? In front of Dhritarashtra. He's calling this Partha as Mahatmanah. Ityaham Vasudevasya Parthasya cha Mahatmanah Samvadamimamashausham Adbhutam Romaharshanam. What happens to us when we listen to this entire chapter, entire Bhagavad Gita? Start reading from the second chapter. Any chapter we read, even for a few minutes, what happens? we become full of devotion towards Shri Krishna, we become full of appreciation towards Arjun. Now, what is happening to Sanjay? Sanjay has not only heard, he has seen the expressions of Arjun and Shri Krishna. When Arjun is asking questions to Shri Krishna, he has read the expressions of Arjun. When Shri Krishna is replying lovingly to Arjun, he has seen those loving expressions of Shri Krishna. He has not only heard the conversation, he has witnessed the conversation between the two of them, and that is why he rightfully uses two adjectives. Adbhutam Romaharshanam. Adbhutam, this divine conversation is absolutely wonderful, and it is Romaharshanam, it is thoroughly thrilling. He has seen those expressions, and thus he says he has really felt the conversation. Hmm? And further he continues how he's a great human being himself. Sanjay is also a great human being, and what he says, he remembers the Guru because of whose grace he has been able to hear this conversation. Vyasa prasadat shratavan etat guhyavaham param yoga yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayata swayam. He is full of gratitude towards whom? Towards Vyas Bhagwan Veda Vyasji, because of whose grace he has heard this entire conversation. We all know that it was Bhagwan Veda Vyasji who said, Dhritarashtra, do you want to see this conversation? Do you want to see this entire battle? Do you want to see? I'll give you Divya Drishti. He says, no, don't give it to me, give it to Sanjay. And as a blessing of Bhagwan Veda Vyasji, Sanjay has got this opportunity to listen to this divine conversation. And this entire spiritual knowledge, Vyasa Prasadat Shritavan. This, and here Sanjay also admits it is a secret. It is the divine secret. Etat Guhyamaham Param. Two things he has said about this entire conversation. It is Guhya, it is topmost secret, and it is Param, it is supreme. See how, unless we understand these shlokas also, it is not just we read them mechanically. Bhagavad Gita is not a something that we should just learn grammatically. We should not just memorize it mechanically. We have to feel this. It is Guhya. It is Param. This is the feeling that Sanjay has understood. Yogai Yogeshwarat Krishnat. And what here it has been told by whom? Not just by Shri Krishna. By, this is the entire yoga told by whom? Yogeshwara himself. Sakshat, how did Sanjay listen to this conversation? On a pen drive, on YouTube channel? No, Sakshat, he himself has told. Sakshat Yogeshwara Krishna has told this entire Guhya, Param Guhya. And I have heard it because of Vyas Muni's, Bhagwan Veda Vyas' Prasad. So this is Veda Tulya. This is very, very important. Now, these shlokas don't just say feel these shlokas, feel every word or feel every adjective, because we are also like Sanjay, just, indirectly getting all this knowledge. And he just doesn't stop here. What he says further, Rajan Samsmritya Samvadamima Matputam Keshavarjunayo Punyam Rashyami Muhu. Sanjay is very simple, very honest, and with full simplicity he says, hey Rajan, hey Dhritarashtra, hey Rajan, just by remembering this conversation again and again, just by remembering this dialogue, what is happening to me? I am full of Rishyami. Rishyami, I am rejoicing. I am full of happiness. And how muhur muhu. I cannot just, be happy once. Muhur muhu. Again and again I am enjoying. I am rejoicing every moment, I am just enjoying, just by remembering what all they have spoken to each other. Just by reading Gita, you will be able to touch the body of Gita, but by your devotion, by your bhakti, you will be able to touch the heart of Gita. Just by understanding every word of it, every adjective of it, assimilating that adjectives in your mind, you will be able to rejoice. Rishyami cha murmuhu, that will become our constant state. We will also, the more we learn Bhagavad Gita, we will also be Rishyami cha murmuhu, rejoicing every moment. Tachya samsmritya rupamatyadbhutam harehe vismayo me mahan rajan rishyami cha punah punah. before this, he is just saying Samvadam imam adbhutam. This conversation is divine. Are, but the roop that I have seen, the form, the Vishwarupa Darshan, 11th chapter has a special mention by Sanjay. Hmm. We are saying 11th chapter. Sanjay didn't see it as an 11th chapter. He has seen the entire conversation, and in that conversation, that one part he's memorizing separately. He sees that mighty divine Vishwarupa that I have seen, and the previous shlok, the adjective that has changed. There what he was saying, Samvadam imam adbhutam, and now when he's saying what? Rupam atyadbhutam, ati adbhutam. The adbhut that he said initially, when he remembers that form, Vishwarupa Darshan, what he sees, ati adbhutam, Rupa ati adbhutam. He's just emotionally, you see, what happens to us when we read the 11th chapter. Absolute bliss. We have not seen the Vishwarup. Nobody has ever seen the Vishwarup in the entire history of God, we can say. That Roop has not been visible to anybody. But Arjun has seen and Sanjay has seen. So this is when he sees that, he says Roma Harshanam. It is extremely wonderful. It is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And listening, not only listening to this divine knowledge, remembering this, he has a full courage now. See, never forget, what is Sanjay? Sanjay is a small sevak in the court of whom? In the court of Dhritarashtra. And now he has got the courage. How did this conversation start? Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Kimakaurvata Sanjaya. When the shlok, just remember, when he is asking what are this Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva, what are they both doing? The real hidden question is, who is going to win? What is happening in the battlefield? Who is going to win? At this point, the battle is not over. But look at the confidence that Sanjay has got. With that, look at the confidence. What he says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhute Dhruvani Mate Mama. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhute Dhruvani Mate Mama. You all can recite the shlok at your own places with me one last time. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhute Dhruvani Mate Mama. This is the most important shlok of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. What Jnaneshwar Maharaj says about this, if you consider this entire Bhagavad Gita as a temple, on the top of the temple, we all know there is a kalash. And on top of that kalash, what is there? There is a dhwaj, there is a flag. This flag of every temple is visible from miles away. This shlok is like that flag on the temple of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. So if the darshan of that temple is not possible, from the distance, from a long distance, if we just see the flag, we get the punya of taking the darshan of that mandir of that deity. So whether we understand anything else or not, whether we understand the entire Bhagavad Gita or not, just take the darshan of this one shlok, understand this one shlok, and Gita will be inculcated in your life. This entire Bhagavad Gita sar, entire Vedo ka sar, the summary of all Vedas, Upanishads is there in this Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. The entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgīta summary is in this 18th chapter, and the entire summary of this 18th chapter comes in this one last shlok. And what he says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, where this Krishna is there. Literal translation, very easy to understand. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, where there is Sri Krishna, and where there is Partha Dhanurdhara, where there is this Dhanurdhara Partha Arjun. When they both are together, wherever they come together, their victory is victory. Shri, prosperity. Vijay, victory. Dhruva, the steadiness, dhriti that we have seen earlier, the firmness, niti, the right policy will be surely present, will always be there. It is bhutir, it is always going to be there. Literal translation. But what is the hidden meaning? Why is this slok so important? Here, understand that here when we are talking about this chariot of Arjuna and Sri Krishna, our body is that chariot. And Arjuna and Sri Krishna are very much within us. They are present, they are very much within us means they are present within us in two forms. Arjun resembles the Purushartha. What is Purushartha? It is the efforts that we take. Partha Dhanurdhara, when we say Dhanurdhara, here the word that is used is Dhanurdhara, mentioning the skills of Arjun. When we are talking about the skills of Arjun, it is the capacity to take the efforts. That is the Purushartha of Arjun. So, if you, Arjun resembles the Purushartha, that is the efforts to achieve anything, and Yogeshwara Krishna refers to the wisdom, to Vivek, our intellect, our wisdom. So, when our efforts and the supreme power wisdom, the Parampita Paramatma, is basically whatever our devotion towards that Parampita Paramatma is, that is reflected in our wisdom. That is from there we get our Vivek. When these both are combined, when the both get combined, our life will become beautiful. We will become victorious. Will be becoming successful. We will be prosperous. All this will come together when the Yogeshwara Krishna Rupi Vivek and our Partha Rupi Purushartha are coming to us. And when these two come together, then takes birth of great personalities like Shivaji Maharaj. When we get these principles completely in our life, then we get a very successful life. That is where we attain a Shashvat success, an eternal success, an everlasting success. This is the this Sharir is our Rath, this Buddhi is our intellect, our Vivek is our Sarthi. And if we take the help of this Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā with this right knowledge, there is no stopping. There is nothing that will stop, and we have seen this kind of Purushartha in great people like Bhagwan, like Shivaji Maharaj. Our Parampuja Gurudev always says that Mahabharata is the epitome of all. It is a doctrine of human tendencies. And these human tendencies are summarized in this entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And Shivaji Maharaj is an incarnation of all these traits together. And Shivaji Maharaj, I am seeing as an example of success when all these things come to us. Why I am telling you this example? Because this is not theoretical knowledge. This is practically possible. And where do we see this practically happening? We see it practically happening in the great personalities like Shivaji Maharaj. So when this shlok we see, don't just read them as a devotee with a doubt on yourself that can this happen. It can happen. It has happened for people like Shivaji Maharaj, for other great people like Swami Vivekananda and so many others. So all this is really doable. This is the essence that we have to absorb within our lives and convert our lives into a living success. All the scriptures are, this entire scripture is beautiful. I congratulate all of you for successfully completing all these 18 chapters, whatever we have tried to discuss here. It is not easy to understand. Understanding any scripture will never happen without the will of Sri Krishna. It was his will. That is why we all landed up in this Vivechan, and nothing is possible without Sri Guru's Krupa. Without the Krupa of Param Puja Gurudev, we could not have understood anything in this. Without this is a Guhya that we have understood only with the blessings of Param Puja Swamiji. We all are blessed to be chosen by Sri Krishna to explore this divine knowledge. With the grace of Swamiji, we have got this platform of Learngeeta and the resources which equip us to understand the Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. Let us fill our heart with gratitude and devotions towards both of them and offer this entire discourse at the lotus feet of Param Puja Gurudev. May we all continue this spiritual journey under the blessings of Swamiji and Shri Krishna. ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे मोक्षसंन्यासयोगो नाम अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। Om Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much for the patient listening. We have crossed the time, but I had to complete the syllabus and the shlokas were too beautiful. So, but really sorry about the extra time that I had to take to finish the syllabus. Thank you so much for the patient listening. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Shraddha Didi. That was, a great session, and you very beautifully explained in detail. Now, before we move ahead, I wanted to let you all know that our new batch with 11 new time slots starts from 5th September. And also, L3 grammar classes in different languages would be conducted on Sunday. So please share your experience with your friends and family. Give them this wonderful Gita journey. Now I see a lot of hand raised, and we all know it's time for question and answers. I humbly request those who want to ask questions to raise their hands and switch on their cameras. I already see some on, and also would request you to wait for your turn. Please make your questions precise so that more questions can be taken. One more humble request from my side is any shlok ucharan related doubts, please clear it during your classes.
Jai Shri Krishna Sundari Devi. Pranam to you.
Jai Shri Krishna, madam. Wonderful session. I totally forgot, madam. Normally you started at 6 o'clock, no? Thank God I saw you immediately. I came. I'm happy. You otherwise very disappointed so much. I want the 68th slogan, madam. You told imam paramam guhyam matpakte swapitasyati bhakti mayi parang kritva mame vashyata samsaya. You told something, we are attending, our mind is going somewhere like that, disturbance also coming. Then how to control that, madam? Because we are interestly attending, fully involved to Bhagavad Gita, fully love Krishna, and then what are you are saying, we are observing. But suddenly the samsara, some disturbance this side, that side coming. So immediately that our mind is, we are listening, but you told no, that mind will go jumping. That how to control that? That is only I want to.
We don't
My
have
answer.
to control it. Wherever it is required that you give attention to the family, solve the matter and come back. See, your mind can be where you are, where your mind is. If while attending to all other queries, attending all the other things that need your attention, if your mind is still focused on Shri Parampita Paramatma, then there is no problem. We have to leave it. Shri Krishna nowhere in Bhagavad Gita has told to leave your karma. Do that, but just keep him as a center of all your karma. Man mana bhava mad bhakta bhava. Keep that devotion. See, I can be cooking in the house, yet my mind can keep thinking about Parampita Paramatma or not, isn't it? So, like that, we have to understand that we have to keep, and this is sometimes it will happen that it will not be it will keep happening again and again. In that kind of situation, we have to practice. Sri Krishna himself has said abhyasena tu kaunteya, naturally abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena. So along with abhyas, along with vairagya, we will ultimately achieve what has to be achieved. Sometimes we should not worry about just what is the result. We should just keep doing our efforts.
Yeah, because we immediately we are not getting like Arjuna, madam. We are struggling. Lot Krishna is very
Yes,
nicely.
it is a journey. Enjoy this journey. Don't worry about the result. Don't worry about reaching the destination. Just enjoy the journey, and everything becomes simplified, isn't it?
Yeah, madam. One more question, ma'am. 77.
Hmm.
Tasam samvritya rupa putam arehe
Hmm.
vismayo he mahan rishyami cha punah.
Hmm.
Exactly. Rishyami cha punah means
Punah
I'm not
punah means again and again. Same.
again.
Just like muhur and muhur muhu, punah punah also means again and again. Just thinking about it, I am again and again, I am happy, I am becoming happy. Vismayo, I am completely awed. I am in a complete surprise. I am completely awed by that drishya that I have seen, and I am rejoicing it again and again.
Okay, like Puna Puna means again and again we are. I am saying like that. Swam Krishna is saying like,
Hmm.
Madam, one more
Not
question,
Krishna,
just kindly.
Sanjay is saying that. Hmm.
They is saying, and then they also got a Vishwarupa Darshanam. You told no, ma'am. Arjuna also Vishwarupa Darshanam. Sanjay also seen full Krishna Vishwarupa Darshanam.
Yes, of course. He has Divya Drishti, so he sees.
Madam, one more small request, madam. I want to join again first level onwards. Now we are going to complete. My same PNRA I want to continue. That is how to go about it. I don't know,
You
ma'am.
can continue. You have to. It is always, you should continue with the same PRN number. You just have to, in that help portal you go, or you go on our Learngeeta app, it will show you your details. You just have to go and re-register. I mean, just to say you want to repeat a level. There is an
Yes.
option in the help portal to repeat a level. You click on repeat a level, it will show you all the levels that you can attend. From L1 to L4, any level you can repeat.
Because I want to come again once again because I don't want
Yes,
to miss.
yes. And you don't need to change the PRN for that. No need to change the PRN for that. If you face any difficulties in that, you can contact your technical coordinator, technical assistant, or group coordinator. They will should be able to help you in any problem. You can contact any of the faculty members. Okay, you just have to go to the app, or you can go on the website to the Learngeeta help portal also, help.learngeeta.com. Okay. All the
Thank you
best.
so much.
Didi,
God,
pranam to you. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you for your so much patient listening. Anant Vijay Bhaiya. Nice. Anant Vijayam
Yes,
Raj.
I have a question. What is meant by vibhuti? You know, Shri is
Vibhuti,
clear.
this is a very
Vibhuti
nice
is what is
question.
vibhuti?
There is this a very nice question. Vibhuti is, it is like a power station, means it is a place, see, like air is present everywhere, but to fill air in the tire of your car, you will go to a particular place where they can fill, right? It is a particular place where you have to go to get those services. You cannot say, Hawa, aa jao, come in my tire. We cannot fill. We need a particular means. That is a special place where you actually derive those powers. So Ishwar is present everywhere, but there are certain places from where you can get the grace, you can see prominently his grace, and from there you can experience his grace more prominently. They are these power stations of Parampita Paramatma. That is the Vibhuti. So he is very much present everywhere. Hmm. But among them also there are some special places where his presence is very prominently felt. That is a Vibhuti. Okay.
So where is vibhuti in this case? Is Shri Bhagavad Gita is vibhuti
The
or
entire Vibhuti Yoga. And in entire Vibhuti Yoga, Shri Krishna has 10th entire chapter, he has told all the Vibhutis, not all. He says he cannot even tell all the Vibhutis because there are so many that he has listed, and in that this is Ekaunshena. They are even less than 1 ounce of his Vibhutis. He is a Sarva Vyapi Ishwar. So Vibhuti is not one place. His presence is strongly felt at multiple places in this universe, some of which are listed in the 10th chapter.
so vibhuti means power, right?
Yes, a place from where you can feel his power very strongly.
Okay. Thank you, Devi. Namaskar.
Pranam Bhaiya. Jai Shri Krishna. Chinmay Mitra Bhaiya, pranam to you.
Jai Sri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhuvan Navam Maham. I have one submission. See, the audience
Your
here.
volume is very low, Chinmay Bhaiya. I cannot hear you very clearly. Can you
Okay.
be little louder?
Now it is all
Please
right.
come forward to your mobile or laptop.
Uh,
Come near to your mobile.
yeah. Now it is all right.
A little better. Tell me.
See, the audience here are all senior citizen, but this book actually makes life. So young generation should read more than that of, with greater frequency than that of the old people like us.
That's why we have started kids batches also. We have lot of kids also learning. But how people will come to know? Very importantly, yadyadacharati shreshtas tattadevetaro janaha. When the younger generation, see that their elder generation is learning, automatically they will be attracted to this Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. What
Absolutely.
has happened in between? In between, that middle generation forgot about all this. People started moving abroad, started accepting and admiring and inculcating that Western culture, and all this started fading. Now that the elder generation becomes more and more aware, then automatically the younger generation will gradually get attracted to the scripture, and they will also. I see now that many youngsters, many young children, I go to one school also to take this Bal Sanskar classes, and there also I see very profoundly how children very willingly say that, Didi, we want to learn, ma'am, we want to learn Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And then I very proudly tell about kids.learngeeta.com to them. So we have all those. Gradually it will happen. They should learn, and it is the duty of us citizens, us elders, to connect our younger generation to Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Now, as you said, chapter 3, verse number 21. So, absolutely, I'm 100% in agreement. So, in that case, see our leaders, they are spoiling. And why it is not introduced in the school level? I think Gita
See, that
Pariwar,
is the question is, see, everybody knows the problem statement, Chinmay Bhaiya. We cannot expect them to do everything. We have to start this as a struggle on our end. And it's not happening in all states, but some states are actually starting this, drive to introduce it in schools. Why it has happened? Because that awareness has increased, because we elected the right people. We will not go in that direction, but that is everything. It is boiling down to our own karma ultimately. Whom have we kept in our power? Whom are we choosing? What are we emphasizing? What are our choices are reflected in the government's choices? But that is again out of the purview of this
I
vacant,
understand.
this discussion.
100% in
But only
agreement.
for the completion of your question, I am
I
telling.
personally believe that we have a big, Pariwar. So, from our Pariwar, we should
We are already doing. Honestly, you
from
will
central government.
stay assured that our groups.learngeeta.com, our online classes have reached, if we are trying to reach every nook and corner, not just of this country, of the whole world. You are already aware. And I don't know if Aparna Didi mentioned in the introduction also. I also take a class for the jail classes. The first class we started in Bhopal, and we are now in so many jails. We started off that drive, and it is everywhere now. So, as an organization, we are trying our best with the support of all you Geeta Sevis. We will go more one step ahead. Each one of you. See, Geeta Parivar is not some third identity. Who is Geeta Parivar? We are Geeta Parivar. We have to do this effort. Somebody else is not going to do. We are Geeta Parivar. We will do. We are going to do it going forward. So let us take this drive together as a family, as a group of citizens. We will all take it up, and we'll not only try to cover this country. For us, the entire Vishwa is our world. So we will take it to the entire world. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. We will be successful.
Definitely. Yes, Surendra Bhaiya, Jai Shri Krishna, pranam to you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
We are the proud members of Gita Pariwar. So I want to ask you one very simple question. Whether to repeat L1 or to restart with L4 only.
It is your wish. Yathechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you like, whatever appeals you, whatever you need, you can do. Isn't it? Every chapter, every level is very graceful. Every shlok, every chapter is very graceful. Based on your comfort level, what you think you need, you can do. But what Adarani Ashubhai always tells, that we should try to do all this Char Dham Yatra 18 times. So as this thing, we always say that start from L1 to L4. See what happens. Sometimes even while taking exams and all, we see that people become very thorough with level 4 chapters, and then they don't remember the 12th chapter only. It's happening with the children who come for offline learning also at my place. Very nicely, third chapter, first chapter, they're telling 12th chapter. Oh, the auntie, I'm not remembering the 12th chapter only. ऐसा भी हो जाता है. So, but this depends from person to person. So your requirement will be different from some other sadhaks' requirement. So Geeta Pariwar has kept all doors open. You can pick up any level to begin with. And if there is a confusion, best to, like Sundari Didi said, she will start from level 1. You can start from level 1 and revise everything. See what happens when you revisit all chapters. There are certain things that when we revisit it second time, happens with Vivechan sessions, when I listen to Swamiji's pravachans also. एक बार सुनते हैं, some things we register. Second time we remember, अरे last time ये तो सुना ही नहीं था, ऐसा लगता है. ऐसा हो जाता है. So next time when we revisit, we do it with more clarity. So again and again that clarity becomes, you know, that nashto moha smrita labdha wali situation आने लगती है. Things become more and more clearer. So, but still, ultimately, the decision is yours. As I said, yathechasi tatha guru. He's saying something. 1 minute. Yes. Surendra Bhaiya.
We are grateful to Geeta Pariwar for teaching us the Gita.
Yes, I'm also very grateful to Geeta Pariwar. They have given a beautiful platform for us to study because of by the means of you all audience and you all sadhaks who are taking effort to learn Bhagavad Gita. We all at Geeta Pariwar get a opportunity to reconnect. Rishyami cha muhur is my situation because we get to go through the scripture again and again. I owe this all to this beautiful audience who is coming in all different vivechans again and again, and you give us this happiness of revisiting this scripture. So, dhanyavad to you also.
Satatam abhyasam karishyami.
That's very nice. Shubhamastu. Jai Shri Krishna. Pranam.
Jai Shri Krishna. And I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Shraddha Didi for clearing so many doubts of our sadhaks. And on behalf of Geeta Pariwar, I also extend my sincere thanks to our technical team consisting of Kailash ji and all those who have been at the backstage for their relentless, incessant efforts for making this session a great success. Now, I want to take this opportunity to also thank all those who attended this session. Please do continue your Gita sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich your spiritual knowledge. I now request Shakuntala ji from Hyderabad for Samapan Prarthana. She lives in Hyderabad, joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2024 and also completed Geeta Pathak exam. She's giving Seva in L1 as class trainer and also a tech star and group coordinator for other groups. May we all seek the blessings of Shri Krishna Didi. Please go ahead.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satchidanandau Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samsthapakau Viram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Thank you so much for your sweet rendition. We will now chant Hanuman Chalisa before the session ends, and may the week ahead be brighter and more beautiful for all of you. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Jai Shri Krishna.
Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Manu Mukuru Sudhari Baranau Raghubara Vimal Jasu Jodayak Uphalachari Buddhiheen Tanu Janike Sumirau Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Harau Kalesa Vikar. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।